Simple question, simple answer.
So, for the first question, would you please introduce yourself?
Okay.
And what are you doing here?
Okay, my name is Barbara Lewis. I am an ESL instructor here at the English Language Center, and I've been here for a lot of years.
Oh, so why you select this type of jobs, and do you have any special motivation or any special reasons for doing these jobs?
I've always known that I wanted to be a teacher. I always loved to teach, since I was just young. And I kind of fell into this job. I was kind of teaching more elementary, middle school, and high school areas. And then I had someone come and ask me to tutor a Japanese student in English. Mm-hmm. And that person then told the English Language Center about me. Said, "Oh, you need to hire her." And so I started substituting for them, and then Steve Rainey, the director, went, "This is crazy, let's just hire you on." And so I started off just very part-time.
So you are teaching for a while?
I substituted for about 4 years off and on for them, and then when my youngest child was about 14, I started working here.
So have you ever tired of working with the non-English speakers as a teacher?
I don't know if I'd say tired, but I've found that there are times when I'm ready to change levels just because I feel like, I need a challenge. I've been doing this level for so long that I need a little bit more of a challenge, and so I'll go to a different level and work with them for a while, and then I'll want to go back to a lower level. My husband says that my English dropped instead of improving because I worked for so many years with the beginning level. So the sentences were very 2 and 3 word sentences.
Yeah.
So he said I kind of dropped my adjectives and adverbs, and he's going, "Please put those back in."
More than 50 million people around the globe are displaced by war, persecution, and the proliferation of complex humanitarian emergencies. They are refugees. Okay, how many languages can you speak?
I don't speak any. I just speak English.
English,
yeah, and that was one of the requirements when I was hired, was that I did not speak any languages. Mm-hmm. That way, the students had to speak English back to me, but now I picked up, some words in about 8 or 9 different languages, but not. But no.
So, as a teacher, as an ESL teacher, what's your first goal?
My first goal, I want my class to be so relaxing for the student that they forget about everything else going on in their lives and are calm and comfortable enough to try to say English words or try to pronounce them, and even if they're just totally wrong, they're comfortable enough just to try it. So, because once you can lower that affective filter for them, they're more willing to try new things. And so I try to make my classroom one of those that's just so comfortable that everybody's just a little community and helps each other, and we have a good time. So have you ever been upset or angry because you feel that you can't teach English to someone? I don't know if upset or angry. I don't think I've ever been angry that I can't teach it. I know I've been frustrated because we so want to communicate with each other, but they don't have enough English to tell me, and I don't have their language. And I found that just even the smile is so universal, so they know you're trying to understand them. Or, but it has been a little frustrating because you know that they have so much they want to say and just can't say it. And I found that when I went up to a higher level, what a difference you start to see the person's personality. The jokesters come out, that, and so it's just frustrating to know that there's something behind that they can't get out. In 2011, there were about 56,000 refugees. They were admitted to the United States, and of those, 775 came to Idaho. So if teaching and learning are two-sided process, did you learn from your students? And if yes, what did you learn? Oh, my students have taught me so many things. I have learned fortitude from them. You know, some of these people have been through such horrendous things. You know, being an American who has never, you know, we've never really had war in America. So I think we just don't even understand until you start working with different groups like this that have come and that's all they know their whole life, or all of a sudden their lives are interrupted by war. That you look at, and they've taught me the resilience of the human spirit. And the other thing I've learned from them is no matter what country you're from, the most important thing to me is family. The most important thing to them is family. That it's a universal desire is to have a safe family, to be able to have your children better themselves. No matter where you live, that's what you want. And that's one thing they've taught me, that they come here and the parents will give up so much for their kids to succeed.
So you learned, you know about the common problems, common struggling, and common goals in the family here and the other countries.
Right. And you know, and I've learned a lot about different cultures. I've learned to respect different cultures. You know, Idaho's not a huge melting pot. 15, 20 years ago, today it is more diverse. And I think it's been good to have these people come in and help us learn more about the world around us so that we can be better people. And that's one thing I see that they've taught me is so much about them, so that I understand their cultures better.
Okay. So at the end, I just want to ask you, as a teacher, what's the first problem, what's the most problem of the refugees in U.S.?
Besides English?
Yeah.
Besides speaking English?
Yeah. So the first one is the speaking English. So
it is. It's such a barrier. And the second problem, I would think, is I know that they are just so frustrated because I think people on the outside looking in think, oh, they just come over here and just want to freeload. And I think for the refugees, their biggest problem is having the English to say, no, I want to work, I want to contribute, I want to plant roots down here and become a contributing member of society. That's what I see as a big barrier for them, that people don't understand that they're not here just to get a free ride, that they do want to be a part of America.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Steve Rainey, and I'm the director of the English Language Center here in Boise. And the English Language Center provides training for English language training for adult refugees that are being resettled in Boise. There are 9 resettlement agencies that operate in the United States, and out of those 9, 3 agencies have offices here in Boise: the International Rescue Committee, or IRC, World Relief, and Agency for New Americans. And all of the adults that come to those programs then are referred to the English Language Center for language training classes.
Someone who's escaping from a land that's has lots of problems and they need to escape from.
What, like poor, well, like not from this country, not, privileged.
Okay.
So yeah.
Foreigner fleeing their country, maybe someone had picture someone in the Middle East or something like that.
Could be people from Cuba, people from Guatemala, South America. Yeah.
All right. Simple question, simple answer. I don't know. My first thought.
I'm looking for peace and a good life of my children. And the war every time forces me to leave my country because my country is, There's no peace, there's no human right. The war is there every time. It forced me to leave my country.
First of all, we have to experience the normal life. Not only that, enjoy the different opportunities like using the computers.
I'm looking for freedom.
I'm looking for good life and peace and future of my family.